Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Network, blah 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 blah. I'm going to get right to the point here. Nintendo, you know I love you. You know I want nothing but the best for you. But could you stop proving me wrong at every turn, making multiple videos of mine become mute? I like to think of myself as the Dr. Ian Malcolm of the Nintendo world, getting to say, boy, do I hate being right all the times. But no, you make everyone come back and Smash Ultimate. Not complaining, but it does make my 3-part video about who should come back pretty pointless. Then I make a video about amiibo and say that they are over with basically. And then you introduce a whole new line of amiibo for Smash Ultimate. So instead of Malcolm, I'm Billy Brennan from Jurassic Park 3. I'm always wrong, but I somehow survived getting beaten or pecked to death in water because the horrible plot says so. I survived to keep being wrong in my mini predictions moving forward. And yes, this was just a way to backhandedly talk about Jurassic Park on my Nintendo channel again. It will never stop. But back on topic. As mentioned, I made a video about Amiibo and Smash Ultimate, going over the past of Amiibo and how I felt Amiibo were basically done. This was made a few weeks before E3. I stated that after what was already announced Amiibo-wise, the craziness was over. Well, Nintendo announced that every fighter who doesn't already have a Smash Line Amiibo will be getting one. In fact, Ridley, Inkling Girl, and Wolf have already been put up for pre-order to be released on December 7th, along with the game. So since Nintendo enjoys giving me topics to talk about, let's talk about Amiibo once again, and go over what is to come, and look at how the future of Amiibo might have changed since we last talked about them. First, let's look at what Amiibo we haven't seen and know are coming. Because you have seen and heard people talk about the Ridley Amiibo to death, from the roster, along with the 3 mentioned before, we know that we will be getting a Daisy, Ice Climbers, Snake, Pichu, Young Link, Simon, Richter, Chrome, Dark Samus, and Pokemon Trainer. Wait. How are they going to handle Pokemon Trainer? I mean, they could do what they did with the Olimar Amiibo and have the Pokemon with red, but scale them down, but they'd look a little off. Add to the fact that Pokemon are the real fighters, and I bet we might see the Pokemon Trainer in one of 2 ways. First, in a larger 3-pack, which would include Red, Squirtle, and Ivysaur. Or you have to buy the Pokemon individually. Now the question is sure to come up, what about Charizard? Well, it is a good question, and I would respond to it, and just shake my head in agreement and change the subject. But I will give a shot in the dark for my guess. I don't think we'll see a new Charizard Amiibo. I think they will say the one we have counts, and that's just fine. But I see a Squirrel and Ivysaur each getting individual Amiibos. It would be cool if we got like a 2-pack of red and green, but I wouldn't hold my breath. So, a total of 5 new Amiibo that we know are coming, counting Squirtle and Ivysaur as separate fighters. And we know even if there is not a lot more characters coming, a few will. Please Geno, come to Smash. But here comes the waves again. I think they will stretch it out a bit, so maybe 3 or 4 per wave. I assume Wave 1 for Ultimate is just going to be Ridley, Inkling Girl, and Wolf, which is fine. I really don't need to spend much more money on December 7th. So let's say 2 to 4 more waves, and by June they're all released. Just in time for E3 to announce some more. Wow, I sort of just made that up, and now it seems to be coming together perfectly for a cycle here. This is never ending. But I do have a valid question. Where are they all going to go? And no, I don't mean in our personal collections. I mentioned this in my last video. I know the thought is Amiibos don't stay on shelves very long, but they still need a shelf. Plus, I don't think it will be as bad as before. Some characters will not even see the shelf for sure. And I'm looking at you, Snake and Ridley. And others like Pichu, I feel will be not hard to find and will be able to find on store shelves. Of course, I have been wrong, and let's watch people boycott Snake over that stupid butt thing the internet has got up in arms about, and Pichu somehow becomes top tier like the jokes online are saying, and I'm starting to fear this might be true. Sorry, a lot of rants today. But about space, yes, stores could allocate more space when they are released, but you have to think they know where this is going. They've already gone through these cycles with Skylanders, Lego Dimensions, and Amiibo. Empty space for an item that sells out and it will never be restocked means space that could be used for something else. And Smash is coming out at the start of December, prime retail time for Christmas. I don't see the retailers who have taken away all the Toys to Life space in the past few months to give it back to them. And when it seems like it might just be temporary too. Now, when I say temporary, I mean I'm standing by Amiibos are ending. but Nintendo is dragging and kicking and screaming as long as possible. And we can all understand why. Amiibo were huge. Heck, in a sense, they still are. Not as much, but it meant a lot of money for Nintendo. And their current console, which is less than 2 years old, is compatible with it. A fact I should have put in consideration during my last video. Smash was the opening act for Amiibo, something I think that helped with its success. And perhaps to end Amiibo with Smash Ultimate is poetic and appropriate. So I have to start to think, was I sort of right before? Is the end coming? But Nintendo thoughtfully decided, hey, you know that pile of cash we have in the Scrooge McDuckian bin that we got from Amiibos? Yeah, let's do that again. From a financial standpoint, I get it. And from the fan standpoint, we get Ice Climber, Snake, even Ridley. It's a win-win. The only loser is our wallets. But you might be asking, what about the Octolings triple pack and the Shovel Knight triple pack? How do those factor in? Well, the Shovel Knight triple pack is frustrating because I pre-ordered it in October of 2017 and we still don't have a date. I get them wanting to wait for the King Knight campaign, but still. The Octoling triple pack is a head scratcher and could throw my theory out the window, truth be told. It makes little sense to not release this with the Octo expansion. I know the Pearl and Marina were set to release with it, but they decided to push out the Octo expansion early at E3. Not complaining, I got to play it early. So, could they be hinting at something coming to Splatoon 2? Another round of DLC or updates? I doubt it. My only theory is they want to keep Splatoon hype alive as long as they can. And how do you produce hype? Amiibo is one way for sure. Although the December 7th release date alongside Smash Ultimate is another head scratcher. But I suppose if Corrin, Bayonetta, and Cloud's Amiibo were released alongside Splatoon 2's original release date, it's not that big a deal. It's only fair. In the end, I don't think this really throws my new theory out the window. Beyond the triple pack and Smash, nothing new has been announced for Amiibo. So the theory is just delayed another year basically. I now say 2019 will be the final year of Amiibos. Of course, any predictions I have made end up being the exact opposite, so I'm going to probably need another cabinet or two. Thank you for joining me here at the Nintendo Network, but what are your thoughts on the future of Amiibo? Do you think I'm right, or do you think we're getting more than we can imagine and I need to invest in some more cabinets? Which does mean an IKEA run. Let us know in the comments below. If you like this, please join the network and subscribe and like to us on YouTube. Also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and the new Discord. Links are in the description below. Now if you excuse me, I'm pondering if I say something and the opposite happens, that means I should ask for my sub count to nosedive to single digits. Wait, no, don't unsub.